Alright, let's quickly build a screen for a passcode. Perhaps you have to enter a passcode or your PIN code. Maybe you are protecting some sort of information. So let's create a new document, and let's just give this one 640 width by 1136 in height, and that's just the iPhone 5, just so I've experience designing on all of them. It doesn't really matter right now. I'm just going to show you guys really quickly how I would design this screen, and I'm going to be moving through these pretty quickly because you guys pretty much know all the tools we've been using. I'll still explain it, but I'm just going to move at a fairly quick pace, and I'm going to create a white background. So I'm going to use my rectangle tool and just drag this out. So the foreground is selected to white. Cool. And I'm just going to name this BG. Alrighty, and I'm going to go ahead and give a title at the top, and let's call this, I'm just going to drag it and I'm going to call it Passcode Code. And the font I'm using is Roboto Regular, which is fine. And I'm just going to move this right here in the middle. Cool. And I'm going to drag down how far I want, where I want the passcode to start. And I'm just going to come down about right around here. And I know that the inverse of this is going to be where my passcode goes. So I'm going to go ahead and select inverse. And I'm just going to fill this after I create a new layer. So let's create a new layer, and we'll call it bottom. And I'm just going to fill this with black for now. I know it doesn't look good. We're going to change it. Don't you worry. And I'm going to select Control D. Now I also want a button at the bottom that's going to submit our passcode. So Control or Command Shift N, and we're going to create bottom button layer. Let's grab our rectangle marquee tool, and I'm just going to drag this up. Let's do about 120 if I could get it. 119 is fine, and I'm just going to give this a random color for now. And let's just do orange, or sorry, red. Okay, so we have this little button, and we have this black section now. Let's go ahead and create the passcode, and I'm going to do 4 circles here for the passcode numbers. So let's go ahead, create a new layer, and then grab our, I'm going to call it circle, and let's grab our ellipse tool. And you guys know the drill, holding shift, let's drag this down, do a 35 by 35. I don't like that color, I want it to be black, so I'm going to go to color overlay after double clicking and drop this down to black. There we go. And let's just make 4 more of these, and we know how to do that. We can just duplicate it, so let's hit Control J and drag it over just a tad. And there we go. Let's hit Control, and then while selecting both of them now, so let's grab the circle copy and our circle while holding shift, and let's copy both of them and drag that over. There. Now we need to grab all 4 of our circles. So let's grab the first circle and the second circle, and let's drag all of these over so they're in the dead center. There we go. Now we just need to make a keypad, and this is going to be easy, and this is going to go in this black space right here. So I just wanted the black space so I could draw a guide here. So we're going to put a guide right there, and I'm going to go ahead and make the bottom white. And I'm going to go to color overlay. Let's do white. Okay, perfect. And now I want, it's going to be 3 sections, 1, 2, and 3, and then it's going to be obviously 4 rows. So 4 rows and 3 columns. So I know how to get exactly a third because we can just go to 33.333%. So if we come over here to Window, if we come here to View and click New Guide, and we create a vertical guide, let's just do 33.333% and hit OK. Perfect. And we're going to do that exact same thing. Come back up here to New Guide, and let's do 66.666%. There we go. Now we know how we need to divide these. So let's draw our lines, and I'm just going to use the line tool. And I'm going to come down to our shape tool, find the line tool, make sure that this is only, I think maybe try 2 pixels. Now let's just do 1 pixel. and I'm going to make sure the fill color is black. Alright, and let's go ahead and zoom in. And I'm just going to draw a line from right here while holding shift all the way across. There we go. That was easy. Now I'm going to do the same thing. Come to this blue line that we marked at the third mark and just drag down. There we go. And we'll draw another line right here with this guide and drag it down. And that is perfect. Let's zoom out and have a look. Yep, we just need to do the 3 more horizontal lines right here, and that'll be easy. We can just, guess. And this doesn't have to be perfect. I just want to show you guys how I would go about doing these. And it's probably going to be a little bit further down. So I'm going to drag a line here and drag a line here. And then we're going to do one more. And obviously it's not quite perfect, but that's fine. And we could go ahead and add numbers. So I could drag the text tool and put a 1, and I'm going to change it to black. I'm also going to make this a lot bigger, so let's do 34. There we go. And let's do that again for this one. I'm going to drag this out and do a 2. And just below this, we can add our letters. So drag out another, and we would do A, B, C. And they would be a lot smaller. So let's do 24 pixels, and let's make this gray, like a darker or more light-ish gray. Put it right below our 2. I'm going to turn off snap. Oh, it's already off. It seems to be trying to move towards the guides. So let's grab our move tool so we can move it more accurately. There we go. And I'm going to grab both of these layers and just duplicate it. And we'll drag it over. And let's make this a 3. So you can kind of see, what I'm doing here. This wasn't supposed to be perfect. I just wanted to show you guys how I would go about creating a passcode. I wouldn't keep this button blue or red. I would probably change it to, a blue that I said I was going to use for my app, something like that. Maybe add an arrow. Maybe just create my own little arrow really quickly. And I'll hit select and go to white here for the fill. Let's make the weight 3. And I could draw an arrow. And I'm just doing this for the sake of showing you guys. So that's how I go about creating a passcode. It doesn't look perfect here, but you can see how I just did this for demonstrative purposes. But you guys have all the tools. Everything that I was just doing there is all stuff that you know how to do. So I want you guys to start playing around in Photoshop. Start trying to make your own elements and create these screens that you see in everyday applications that you use.